Let's go back to talk a little bit about your players and then Trackmania Granley that is coming up hopefully in the summer and then in September. Last year, or last season rather, you had the winner in CarlJr playing for Solary. You had Bren playing for Lunary. There was a lot of reactions within the hardcore scene. I mean, this is a cheap way to get 2 slots. Can you tell people why did Bren play for Lunary? Why did CarlJr play for Solary? Can you clear the situation up? And what were you told by Ubisoft Mondeo about the situation?
So yeah, in the start of everything, we had Solary, Bren, and Carl. So both players were under the Solary name. Lunary is a sister team to Solary. Basically, it's like same organization, different name. And Trackmania Grand League, Nadio didn't want us to have 2 players under the same name, so we had to rename. I mean, we had to give another team to Bren, but like half or no, not half, but there was like 3 or 4 orgless player. So we were like, okay, we get it, but there is like 3 or 4 orgless player in the league, and you don't want us to have two Solary player. So they allowed us for the first split to have 2 players basically on the same organization. As long as we communicated about the fact that Bren is Lunary and Carl is Solary, but it won't happen in the next split. Like we will forced to part ways with Bren because they don't allow. It's like either we part away with Bren's or he stays Solary, but he can't play the TMGL. And I think we all think it's a waste to not let Bren be able to play the TMGL.
Hmm.
So yeah, there is a high chance we part ways with Bren and we let him find another organization to sponsor him for the cup. But there is no doubt he will find a good organization. We're trying to help him find the best organization he can get. And yeah, that's why we had Lunary Bren and Solary Carl.
But I think you bring up a good point there when you essentially explain why you wanted 2 players in the season. I mean, if Bren wasn't playing for Solary or Lunary, he would be a free agent and not get any support. Do you think that that can maybe be the case for this season too, as well? That you end up with 1 player per org, but you also end up with maybe some teamless players that won't get any support and maybe has to work harder, maybe has to do other stuff in life to play Trackmania. I mean, you miss something basically by playing Trackmania Grinding instead of that adding something to you.
Yeah. Well, in the next Trackmania Grand League season, it will be on the new the new game. So Nadio is getting a new economical system where it's much more interesting for the teams, the structures, the esports team to get players. So I don't think there will be a orgless player in the next split. I think if there will be no orgless player at all. But yeah, I think it's Nadio is taking good steps, and like the economical system that they presented us is like miles ahead of like some other game like Rocket League or even I mean there's no economical system in Fortnite, but I wouldn't say Fortnite. But it's like miles ahead, and it's really refreshing to play to have to deal with Nadeo.
Hmm. So you think the new game will help bringing big ores into the game because of this
Yeah, no doubt,
economical? Yeah.
no doubt, no doubt.
Hmm. But then you obviously, I mean, you're gonna keep the best players in the world, which is CarlJr, the greatest of all time. Have you re-signed a contract with him? How long do you actually have him for? Do you know?
Yeah, we plan to resign him for 2 years, like really soon. So if you're a team, don't even try.
Maybe I should go in and support him, but I'm gonna pay for his taxi trip to winning the Trackmania Grand League. So I mean, maybe.
Eirik sponsor.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.